Hi guys and welcome back to another Yungblud album review. Today I'm going through his latest album, which is just self-titled, Yungbluds. My overall thoughts with this one, I think this is probably his outright best made album, and lyrically I think this is number one. But in terms of sound, this is probably my least favourite. So this is probably the one for me that sort of blends into itself. Yes, it's very personal. It's very, it's still very, very good. This is out of 3 albums, so being the bottom, someone's got to be at the bottom. But I think this is most anonymous project yet. A lot of the songs are just modern drums and some guitars over it. And even his vocals are very similar. There's not really any standout vocals aside from Sweet Heroine. Overall, I have more negative thoughts on this one than I do his other albums. I still love it. So I'm going to give my usual disclaimer with Yungblud videos. I'm a massive Yungblud fan and I'm going to try and go into this as non-biased as I can do. Right, so let's get into the album. Number 1, we've got The Funeral. When it first came out, enjoyed it. There's a reaction video on the channel. Please go and check it out. This one's a bit too repetitive. It's really not one of my favourite singles by him. I know it is pretty loved by Yungblud fans, this song, but I'm not too fussed about it personally. It's enjoyable, it's just something that I'm not too fussed about. Number 2, we've got Tissues. Now, in terms of pop songs, this sample's Close to Me by The Cure. What an honour for Yungblud to do that. Like, he's a massive Cure fan, massive Robert Smith fan.
Love is here. Are you
Robert Smith from The Cure?
Oh right, I was going to ask, like, who is the person here that you're?
It was like, that was the first. He was literally sat down. I was like,
Makeup
fuck, I'll fanboy, man. I'll go see him.
Have you said hello?
Of course I have.
And what did you chat about?
They were just life, man. I was like, he was like, it's fucking nice to meet you, and I was like, nice to meet you too. You can't have a reason I got into music, like.
Sounds like
it's a dream come true for him to do that, and The Cure typically do not let people sample stuff, so they must have had some sort of faith in him. Tissues, love it. One of my favourite Yungblud singles I've ever heard. In terms of pop, this is, like I said with Cotton Candy in the last video, please go and check that one out. This is the best you're gonna get, and for me it's one of the highlights on the whole album. Okay, Memories featuring Willow. Now, when this song came out, I was just relieved that it wasn't Emo Girl. It's not a favourite of mine at all, but I think Yungblud just sounds quite distorted on it. It's a cool little bit of an experimental sound. It's still very much in that pop genre. They could have made something that was a little bit more alternative. Willow's verse is probably the highlight. That pains me to say that. Okay, Cruel Kids. Love this song. Yeah, I remember him putting the acoustic version out on the live stream. And it's quite a typical thing. It sounds like an angsty teen talking about, like, the other kids. Yes, it's very typical. Some people could say it's a bit cringe. I love this song. Okay, Mad. Now, this for me, just a bit of an album song. It's there. But when it comes on, I wouldn't skip it. I wouldn't not skip it. I wouldn't pick it first on the playlist. It's just sort of there. I like the lyrics to this one because you've had other songs that have got the same sort of formula. They do just sort of bleed together. It's not particularly a bad thing. Like, I know a lot of people, including myself in some situations, like an album with a consistent theme. Yungblud, I just think he's so versatile that a consistent theme doesn't suit him. I Cry Too, hate this song. It's awful. The auto-tune on this song is ridiculous.
I cry too, it's alright mate, I cry too, it's alright mate, I cry too.
Auto-tune can sound decent, but there's 2 things. If it sounds bad, then just bin it off. Most often you don't need it. If you sound completely over the top of it, so like some Post Malone songs, all of Travis Scott, if you sound soaked in it, then it does just sound like, where's the talent? This for me is my least favourite Yungblud song ever. Sweet Heroine, I love it. It's a beautiful song, so well written. Live, it was a spectacle. Like, he got everyone swaying.
Sweet heroin, I got you in my throat like your medicine. Saying to myself I'm in control of it, but I won't fall in love. No, 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 I won't fall in love.
Unbelievable scenes. Sex Not Violence. Now, this album definitely, I think, gets better as it goes along. I love Sex Not Violence. It's such a fucking banger. The first time I heard it, I was dancing along to it. It was at 2 in the morning. It's just a quality banger of a song. Very 80s, very catchy. You sing along to it as soon as you've heard it once. It's so much fun. I don't feel like feeling sad today. Now, when this song first came out, I remember that I was just like, it's short, it's cute because he did the music video with the fans, somewhat catchy, but I really wasn't fussed about it. This song has really, really grown on me. Apart from Tissues, this is my favourite single on the album. Very underrated single. I think the music video's only got like 2 million views. In terms of Yungblud singles, it's so underrated. Very typical pop punk. I know people would go like, oh, more typical pop punk. It's got that formula to it. I haven't heard one quite like it. As long as you can stay within the same formula and make something different. And that for me is what Yungblud's amazing at doing. Okay, Die for a Night. Very acoustic, very short. I do wish it was longer. It's beautiful. It is so fucking beautiful. It's hard hitting. It feels like a suicide note. Like, it's got that quality to it of just someone explaining really calm and collectedly how they feel, why they feel like that, and just telling some home truths. That for me makes this song really impactful. It just feels like a punch in the chest. Okay, The Boy in the Black Dress. I knew this would be an incredible song. That's what Yungblud is, isn't it? That's what so many people, when you mention Yungblud, go, oh, he's the one that wears the dress, and oh, that guy in the dress. And when I saw it was the finale, I was just like, yeah, fantastic choice. I do think it could have more impact in the same way that Freak Show does, how it's got that final like massive vocal that reaches out to you emotionally. Now this is quite a quiet one. It's got some like really good vocals in. They're amazing. His vocals in it are incredible. I think it's one of his best written songs he's ever put out. Again, saw it live. It was fucking amazing.
They hate what it is, and they hate what is wrong. But hate is nothing new, you will see. From the graves in the car, how I wish that I forgot that the boy in the black dress is me.
And such a beautiful moment. Okay, so I've shot through those really quickly. Those are my thoughts on Yungblud's self-titled album. Overall, yes, I love it. I do have quite a few criticisms with it. It's definitely one that the criticisms over time have come. But like I say, lyrically and in terms of a flow and appeal to people, I think this is number one. You know, it went number one again after Weird did. But personally, I think Weird is a lot better. I think 21st Century Liability is just a little bit better. It's one of those albums that, yes, love it. It's a great album. I don't want him to make another one like this. Because this, for me, it does lean quite a lot on the pop influence. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I have no problem with someone who's alternative making pop. Like, Bring Me the Horizon have done it. Avril Lavigne's done it. And now Yungblud's done it. Like, it's really nothing new. And like I've said, in terms of pop, this is the best you're going to get. So, those are my thoughts on this album. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of it. And I'll see you very soon. Give it a listen, let me know what you think.
I want a better life. I want a better life. I want a better life.